Hey, welcome to Digging into the Bible. My name is Jim Barnard. This is a production of Tiller Coaching. Okay, it's day 48, and man, I have no idea when you are taking in this podcast. By the way, thank you. So glad that you are. But it is being released on May 1st, 2021, and it's kind of a big day for me. If you've been watching on YouTube, you've been seeing the sign behind me and then books in the background coming in and out. And I wrote a book. Holy cow, can't believe I get to say that. But it's true. I wrote a book. It's called The Suffering Guy. It drops today, and it's available on Amazon.com. So whenever you're watching this, I'm sure it's still available. I hope it's still available. It's crazy. So it's the story of my wife and I, and how 3 months after we got married, she got super sick, and the honeymoon ended really abruptly. It's been an incredible challenge for us over the last 15 years. Her health has gone downhill. Everything changed, and as much as the suffering has been hard and the challenge has been real, God has shown up in absurd ways, and I fought writing this. Honestly, I did not want to do this. I just really struggled here, and I'm really glad that I saw this through. I feel like God was very clear that I needed to do this, and now that I'm at the end of it, I'm so glad. I am really excited. I have a lot of anticipation for what God is going to do with this book. And for you, whether you have suffered, you are suffering, or you will suffering, which, yes, I know it's all of us. I feel like that God has something for each and every one of us in this book. And that's not me just trying to humble brag. That's me trying to say that I feel like the Holy Spirit helped me a ton. We've been talking about the Holy Spirit a lot in the book of Acts, and he just really showed up for me. And when I had no words, words came. So shameless plug. Sorry about that. I guess that's kind of what I have to do now. But we should not waste any more time. We should go ahead and dig in. Today's section has a lot of town names that I'm going to struggle with, so bear with me there. Let's go ahead and dig in at Acts chapter 16, starting at verse 6. And when they went through the region of Phrygia and Galatia, having been forbidden by the Holy Spirit to speak the word in Asia, and when they had come up to Mysia, they attempted to go into Bithynia, but the Spirit of Jesus did not allow them. So passing by Mysia, they went down to Troas. And a vision appeared to Paul in the night. A man of Macedonia was standing there, urging him, saying, "Come over to Macedonia and help us." And when Paul had seen the vision, immediately we sought to go on to Macedonia, concluding that God had called us to preach the gospel to them. So setting sail from Troas, we made a direct voyage to Samothrace, and the following day to Neapolis, and from there to Philippi, which is a leading city in the district of Macedonia and a Roman colony. We remained in this city some days, and on the Sabbath day we went outside the gate to the riverside, where we supposed there was a place of prayer, and we sat down and spoke to the women who had come together. One who heard us was a woman named Lydia from the city of Thyatira, a seller of purple goods, who was a worshiper of God. The Lord opened her heart to pay attention to what was said by Paul. And after she was baptized, and her household as well, she urged us, saying, "If you have judged me to be faithful to the Lord, come to my house and stay." And she prevailed upon us. All right. So I don't know if you caught it. There was a big pronoun change there. Suddenly it went from like they language to we language. And that shift is a little understated there, but it feels like a big deal. Basically, Luke, the author of the Gospel of Luke and Acts, he has joined the group here. He's going to be with them while they're here in this region. So it's not going to be very long. We'll see Luke probably come back later in the book, but he's there, and he's part of this group, and he's just made this first person context shift, and there we go. So God clearly made a divine appointment for the disciples to go and meet Lydia. It's interesting to me, there's this man from Macedonia that appears in this vision, and yet they go to Macedonia and they apparently meet no men. Like, certainly in the town of Philippi, they meet men, but I don't know if you noticed, there's just no synagogue apparently there, because they would have absolutely gone to the synagogue. That is the pattern. Every time Paul and this group of people, they go to the synagogue, but there's apparently not enough Jews. If my studying is correct, the bare minimum number of Jews that it takes to have a synagogue is 10, and there's just not enough. So they end up on the Sabbath, they go outside the city to the riverside, where they suppose that there's probably less than 10 people out there praying together. And how weird is it? There's no men there. It's all women. Probably women and children. So Lydia hears the word of the Lord, hears about Jesus, and her and her family get baptized. Now, what a powerful moment. God absolutely, made this happen, and for a purpose. I think this woman sounds amazing. Okay, she's either divorced or a widow. I would bet a widow, and she's providing for her family. She seems to have figured out how to have a successful business, which is, I guess, rare for this day and age. How do I know it's a successful business? Purple dye is rare and it's very expensive. Only the royals can afford it, and she's out there selling it. And you don't just kick around with an inventory of purple dye and you just are doing a meager business. She's clearly doing well, and she's very generous. So she's going to be a key person to help start the way here in this area of Macedonia, like a place that clearly needs the way. And she invites the disciples in. She's very generous. She's going to take care of people's needs. Certainly she's not going to do it alone, but she's going to be key in this region. I know it. We'll see her come back in a few verses, but I went way long because I had to do the shameless plug thing. So thanks for hanging in there with that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for reading. It's crazy. I will see you tomorrow as we continue on with Acts chapter 16. I'll see you then.